What is up, everybody? This is the Chicago Sports Talk. Michael here today with another preview video. I am sorry I didn't get the injury reports for yesterday because I was busy. So let's look at the injury report for the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. All right, here we go. So Dane Sharklin is doubtful. Ryan Griffin will probably play. Jalen Johnson is listed as doubtful, which I'm going to get into what the Bears need to do if Jalen Johnson does not play. Montgomery is questionable. He had two limited practices, but I think he will certainly play this game. Now let's go at the Vikings. Andrew Roof is questionable. And some guy, tight end, will be questionable for the game. So let's looking at these reports, I want to go over what the Bears need to do. Just say if Jalen Johnson is definitely not playing, but now he's doubtful, but there's a slim chance he does play. But let's go with the definition of Jalen. Most certainly, he is going to be out. The Bears need to double Jefferson. Having Kyler Gordon on Justin Jefferson is a death sentence because even though I've said it before, Gordon has potential, but he's been struggling because majority of cornerbacks get targeted more in the NFL. So you would have to double Jefferson, otherwise he is going to have a good game against the Bears. Adam Thielen is a good as a slot person. He's a good factor, but he's not top 10 as he was in recent years prior to the event. So honestly, this game worries me because even though it's a divisional game, and I know divisional games can be close, like, you ever have that feeling of your team going into a game where you know that this player is gonna like shit all over the team? Like, have you ever had those type of moments when you're going up against a team against a certain player that has had history of shitting under? Justin Jefferson is probably one of the best receivers in the league, and I was pretty mad when the Eagles didn't take him and they took Jalen Reagor and the Vikings took Justin Jefferson. So I was pretty mad that Howie Roseman did not take Justin Jefferson in that draft. And Justin Jefferson, week 1 against the Packers, he had a great game against the Packers. The Eagles, they shut down Justin Jefferson. They were able to shut him down a little bit against the against the Lions, and Justin Jefferson went off against the Saints. So Justin Jefferson is going to be a huge factor in this game, most likely. And luckily, I have him on one of my fantasy teams, bro. Oh man, what up, YTC? Yeah, now that we got the injury reports out of the way, my score prediction doesn't change, however, and I don't think N'Keal Harry is going to play this game. They did say he won't play this game due to him just coming back, and they don't want him to rush because he hasn't gotten reps in the system yet. So they're just not playing him for this week. So this is set to be our new offensive line, according to our head coach Matt Eberflus, due to the Cody Whitehair injury. Left tackle will be Braxton Jones. Right guard will be Michael Certain the third. Center will be Lucas Patricks. Right guard will be Tevin Jenkins. And right tackle will be Larry Bourne, as always. And with Sam Mustipher being at not being at center anymore is a relief because he was awful, really, really awful. Mustipher has to be the worst center in the NFL right now. But if we go look at Lucas Patrick's, yeah, man. So, anyways, I'll be right back, folks. I'm gonna have to put the show on pause real quick. All right, so sorry about that, folks. Um, Justin Fields. I think YTC brought up the stats of me on his show because him and the rest like to troll me on the Bears, but it's a very interesting stat that I want to bring up. Cooper Cup has more receptions than the Bears have. I mean, not. Okay, let me start over. Cooper Cup has more receptions than Justin Fields has completions. And that is very, very sad. Now, I want to retract this. I will say, in defense of Justin Fields, he's not being told to throw the ball more. All he's just doing is being told by his coaches is to become a game manager and just simply hand the ball off. And that's only because the Bears don't have the talent that the Bills have, the Chiefs have, the the Eagles have, the Vikings have, or the Cowboys have. So what Justin Fields knows that he doesn't have talent to work with. So he's just being told what he has to do, which is basically just play just play to keep it close. And I know people want to say that their leading receiver, Darnell Mooney, only has 8 catches for over 100 and something yards. Over the Giants game, that was the Bears' first time of them going to Darnell Mooney the entire season. And I was like, where was that all year? We didn't even attempt to throw to Darnell Mooney. And that was also on Darnell Mooney for not getting open much. But it's also on the offensive line protecting Justin Fields and giving him less time to throw. Again, so against the 49ers until the second half, Justin Fields was not having a good game before the second half. But then once the 49ers decided to play careless, that's when the Bears started to win that game. Now, if you go look at the Packers game, Justin Fields didn't have a good game that game. And now, credit, they were not letting Justin Fields throw the ball more, and they were just using basically what Greg Roman would use for the Ravens on Lamar Jackson. And the Texans game, Justin Fields played awful, had 102 yards and 2 very bad interceptions. Now, the Giants game, you could say that Justin Fields had his best game of the season, which I'm not bragging about it. I'm not using it as an accomplishment. I'm just saying the Giants game stat wise, has to be his best performance, which is kind of sad at this point. But the positive things about Justin Fields is he is in his second year. He has yet to start a full season, and he doesn't have any weapons to work with. And the play caller, Lou Getsy, and everybody's been criticizing Lou Getsy for the first 4 games, and I get it. I've been one of those people that have been criticizing Getsy, but I have to understand that it was our management dumb decision by getting some offensive coordinator who hasn't called plays yet. So with all the memes I'm seeing on Instagram saying that, oh, they're running an offense that they would see in the old school days where they would just run the ball and rarely even throw the ball. Like, it's becoming at this point where 10 completions 10 complete I would be happy if to see Justin Fields get over 10 completions. That's how bad it is because our head coach refuses to set up Justin Fields with easy passes. Like have you ever seen the Bears do a slant pass or do a RPO plays? Like, all you're seeing the Bears doing is not helping out Justin Fields in any certain way. And the majority of the times that Justin Fields has a clear pocket and he throws the ball. But I think there was a post on Instagram, and it was a decent pocket for Justin Fields, and there were circles on all of the receivers. Most of the receivers were not open. And that has to go on Ryan Poles because he didn't do his job in the offseason when he was brought in to make sure that he surrounded Justin Fields with talent. Now, I'm not saying that all hope is lost and I want Ryan Poles gone, but he needs to have the money for next year to make sure he surrounds Justin Fields with talent. And it's also on the offensive coordinator to make sure that Justin Fields gets easy completions. Like at this point, I don't even care if Justin Fields has a game like against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where Justin Fields threw 3 interceptions that game. I don't even care at this point because he's still young and he's learning the game technically. It's gotten to that at that point, which I don't even care if Justin Fields has multiple interceptions because he needs to be given that opportunity for him to learn. And if you don't believe me, most NFL quarterbacks succeed by throwing multiple interceptions in a season. Brett Favre led the league in interceptions. Eli Manning led the league in interceptions. But do you want to know what they have that no one talks about? Is Super Bowls. And now I'm not comparing Justin Fields to Brett Favre and Eli Manning. I'm just saying that just because your quarterback throws many interceptions doesn't mean they aren't going to succeed. That just means that they're learning. So as much as I think the Vikings are a team that are the Vikings had the worst offseason. One of the teams that had the worst offseason. Do you want to know what they did? They brought in a guy that was coached under Sean McVay and has a playbook and they have the offensive weapons to get the shit done. They have Jefferson, they have Thielen, they have Osborne, they have Irvin Smith Jr. They have a somewhat decent offensive line. They have a good running back core. And the Vikings, even though they didn't have a good offseason, they're still technically 3-1. They're 3-1 this year. And I know they got punched out. They got blown out by the Eagles, but losing to the Eagles right now is not an embarrassment because the Eagles are currently undefeated. Now, but if you look at the Vikings games, they've been very awfully close. Like the Packers game before the second quarter, it was kind of close until Jefferson scored that second touchdown and Rodgers threw that interception. The Lions game, the Lions had a lead, but the Vikings came back, but the Vikings failed a fourth down conversion. And so if you if you look at that situation of the Lions game, the Lions had a lead, but when they came back, the Vikings failed a fourth down. The Lions got in field goal range and they missed a field goal, and that gave the Vikings ample time to score. Now let's go over to the London game, which was the Saints didn't have Jameis Winston. They didn't have Alvin Kamara. They didn't have Michael Thomas. But that game was close. And the Vikings only got lucky because of a double doink. So, anyways, god damn, man. Looks like a ghost from my past wanted to. Nah, I ain't gonna get. I'm not even gonna do this, bruh. Nah, I ain't dropping him the link. This ain't a hangout stream. This is a news report stream. But anyways, I'm sorry to pause the show. To pause the show again. Look, I don't need. This is not a hangout stream. Allegedly, this is. So, anyways, I'll be on. I'll be on someone's stream for the Extreme Rules pay per view. So I'm open up to any questions about tomorrow's game. If anybody has any questions. Oh shit. You love attracting the most fucked up people. Hey man. Hey man, if they come here they just get blocked, but I'm open up to any questions. That was unexpected. That was quite unexpected. Anyways, let's just shut that down. Let's get back onto the questions for tomorrow's game. Now I know why you got that court case. That laugh of yours is so criminal. What court case are you even talking about, man? Like, what court case are you even talking about, bro? Hold on. Let me go look at that picture one more time on Discord. Let me go look at that picture one more time. What the fuck? The land court case update. What the fuck? Yo, CEO, what the fuck did you just message me? What the fuck, CEO? CEO, you should be on a court case for all the hookers that were just living peacefully, but you came in their van. You like, do you want to know what CEO is? He drives around a van with fucking free candy in the back. Have you ever heard of the tale of when you were a kid to watch out for the van because there's not very free candy? That'd be CEO. He'd be driving in an ice cream truck, attracting all these hookers. That's CEO, bruh. Talk about me being on a court case. You should be on a court case too, bruh. Because God only knows what you do in your spare time again with those hookers. I'm still working on it, YTC. Don't say that Seth Rollins laugh is horrible. I'm still working on it, bruh. I'm still working on it, bruh. I'm still working on it, CEO. And if we do beat the Vikings, I'm definitely gonna do the laugh. Nah, that laugh you got. And this is why this is the. Nah, that laugh you got, Michael, and this is why the start of a DC villain origin story. I'm more of a Marvel fan. To be honest with you. But I can't wait for fucking tonight, bro. Speaking of villain origin stories, anybody who has not been following me for a very long time, I am a huge, huge, diehard wrestling fan. a huge diehard wrestling fan, and I can't wait for tonight's villain origin story of the White Rabbit. Ah. Yeah, and hey CEO, where'd you go, bro? Stop stealing hookers, man. You know, if you're gonna steal hookers, at least give me one of those hookers, bro. You know, so I could def so you could def I could definitely lose my virginity card before Awesome Kid. I'm working on it. I'm working on that Seth Rollins lap YTC. I'm working on it. Oh man. Any questions about tomorrow's game, bro? That like it's so funny that I thought he was never gonna comment in the comment section because he usually comes in the stream and just says some dumb shit in the private chat. But he actually did. He actually took what I said. Like here's the thing. What I got to get this motherfucker's attention. This is all right. Before anybody types something, all I did was call him Goo Goo Gaga because one of his rules say nobody call him Goo Goo Gaga. Yeah, Herbert is starting, but Montgomery is questionable. Like, come on, you took me saying Goo Goo Gaga to you, and you took that seriously that you had to make a second burner account, not your main channel that you had to come in here and tell me to drop the link, which is um this is not a stream where I'm just gonna drop the link for you. This is not your channel, sir. If this was your channel, that I would understand, but this ain't your channel to be demanding me what I do. Like I have it's surprised I'm surprised that he just came in here and started spamming my first of all, you ain't gonna spam my channel because I'm gonna block your bitch ass. But anyways, YTC, I think Herbert's not gonna start most he's gonna be the backup behind David Montgomery if he plays. We got 5 people in here. Anybody hit that like button? Dude, that looks nothing like me, CEO. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. That guy looks like fucking Michael Cole. That court case. One of the individuals looks like fucking Michael Cole, bro. Anyway, but anyways, I can't wait for tomorrow's game. Rather I come on here and rant my guts out, which I'm actually hoping I don't. But if we win, then I'm gonna be happy. But if we lose, then just expect me to rant. To fucking rant, just like I've always been doing since this channel has established. My apologies for that delay of show, bruh. Anyways, I think we might have to wrap this show up because of this dude's safety. Yep. Damn, got 4 people in here, bruh. I can't. Like, the post game tomorrow, I'm hoping I get like at least 20 people in here. So, anyways, this has been the Chicago Sports Talk, Michael. So I'm out. So thank you all for watching, and make sure you bear down that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Yes, you should subscribe because this is the greatest thing ever. So bear down. Go Bears tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching the Chicago Sports Talk, Michael.